I've won and lost against the best. This old road's been a hell of a test. But I'm still driving, I ain't slowing down. There's rules I'd love to break and bend, mistakes I've made again and again. But I tell you this, my friends, I'm still around. I hit it hard, man, so far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man, till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, live at large. I hit it hard.
All right, and we're back, hitting it hard. Season 2, episode 2. Hanger Brothers, how we doing today?
Cold.
Cold?
Cold, tired, sore, all the above.
Cold, tired,
Just
and
cold.
sore. What have
This
you been
room's
doing?
cold.
Just hitting balls, just working on your game, or what?
Yep, it's outside in the snow.
It can't be from that Cadillac snow plow I saw you in the other night. It can't be from that.
It's from hitting stingers in this wind.
Yep,
Trying to get the wind game dialed in.
Nice.
exactly.
Teeing it up on some snow piles?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly, quick tip, if you are out there playing right now, play it like a sand shot. Open that thing up and just hit a little fat and explode it out. But So last week we had the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines, and it was pretty exciting. What are your guys' thoughts on how that tournament ended up?
Couple of noobs down the stretch, overtime golf.
Overtime, bonus coverage.
It was interesting in the bunker there on the playoff hole that those balls were right next to each other.
That was crazy, and
Yeah.
how that whole ruling went down.
Yeah, real crazy.
I'm just not a Will Zalatoris fan.
No,
mean,
I just
I was in
can't get behind him.
Epic
I know
Gilmore for crying out loud.
he's rookie of the year last year.
what is it? Does he have a face you just want to punch? Or
Guy's
what?
beefed up for the season too.
Have you guys ever watched?
Yeah, he's
him?
like a $110 now.
Yeah,
And
soaking wet.
have you guys ever
Like the
watched?
size of my right
Have you
leg.
guys ever watched him from like 7 to 5 feet and in when he's putting?
Yeah, it's not good.
He has like the yips.
It's jabby.
I don't know if I would call it the yips, but his
It's the transition.
his stroke is rather weird.
It's
transition
it's
from
all
taking it back
different.
and
It's all
forward.
different than when he's on a normal.
But
10
Tony
plus
Romo
footer.
will tell you he's never watched anybody practice more putting than Will Zalatoris.
I don't know.
Well, maybe that's it. He's grinding too much.
maybe Ricky's got that problem.
I don't know.
I mean, Will Zalatoris was, though, in a playoff for the win. He kind of had it. He had it. It was his tournament to lose, I thought.
You
coming
got to
down the
do
stretch,
something
and,
right.
Yeah, so he's got to be a pretty decent player. Obviously, he was a great pick by, me in the pick'em. That was another good pick by me again. I am on a roll to start the season.
I had you for McDowell, or no, that was
No, that was the week before, yeah. I'm just cashing checks right now.
I remember I sent in text and
Cash
said,
and
"Did you
checks.
really pick Zalatoris
Yes,
to win
I
this?"
did. Luke List finally gets off the old Schneid, 7-8 years on tour.
You got to give him a credit though for the shot he hit there.
$1.5 million.
That's what that paid.
$1,512,000.
Well, what's worth more?
Go on.
Masters. Gets into the Masters now.
That got him the invite.
Yeah. Guess where he lives? Augusta.
Nobody actually lives in Augusta.
Aiken, South Carolina.
He lives in Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I heard him say that last weekend actually.
Mhm.
Well, he was an amateur, didn't he? Play in this, but didn't he win the?
He was in the Masters back in
Yeah, I thought he was.
20,
I remember him being there.
2013-ish.
I don't know.
2013ish. He's that old.
He's been on the tour for
Well, he
like
would have been an
6
AM.
years.
Yeah, he's been on tour for like 7-8 years. It's his
Damn.
first win. So if he did,
I know he's been around a while. I just
If he
didn't
did
think it
any
was that long.
mini tour stuff, and
Yeah.
then he did any collegiate, he was any good as an AM.
This
Yeah,
is-
for sure.
Yeah, I think that's cool. What would you rather have? Entry, like Joel said, entry into the Masters or 1.5 mil?
Masters.
Or with inflation today, I would rather the Masters, and I'll just go around to like Northwest Indiana region autograph sessions.
Yeah,
and just
just-
sign.
yeah.
Masters
No, you just sit outside the
participant.
Hooters.
Yeah,
and
There you go.
Well, that spot's taken.
10 to 20 bucks.
Can't sit here.
Spot is taken. But no, obviously you want to play the Masters. We posted something up on our Facebook page the other day, and it was asking you if you could play one of these famous courses for the rest of your life, but only one, what would it be? And a lot of people are coming to Augusta. We had one entrant that said Pebble Beach to look at the ocean. I believe that was Adam Decker. So we had a lot of feedback on that. What did you guys? If you could play one of the famous courses for the rest of your time, what would it be?
So we'll actually have some direct insight on Augusta here, hopefully in
Here
the
to Augusta.
next 2 months or so. We've got a member that's going to play.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I didn't get the call.
Me either.
I told him. I said, you need a fourth.
Yeah, wow. Need a caddy?
Huh?
Oh, caddy.
Yeah.
Too bad regular people, when they finally get to go play, can't bring their own caddy like they
I
used
know.
to, when they would always talk about the pros back in the day. But
Yep.
well, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I got to refresh myself on the post.
Gotta be Augusta, right?
I would think so. But someone brought up a good point. You can't play it year round, and they do close for several months.
And you get blackballed if you play it too much as a member, I think, right?
Yeah, you're only getting a handful of rounds out there a year.
Yeah.
Play on repeat. I mean, as cool as that was, that place would just beat your dick, though. Augusta?
Oh.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I think you'd learn, just like you do
learn
your
something.
home course,
Yeah.
you learn your own little.
One of those golf courses that you play once or twice, and you're like, I would quit the game if I had to play this every day.
Ooh.
corkscrew.
Some of those, Yeah.
I used to work at one called PB Dye Golf Club. It was,
Brutal.
oh, man.
Just
Just
a-
strap
just
it
a-
down. You knew you were just going to get whacked.
You get done, you're like,
It's
what
like-
in the fuck just happened?
It's like me at a blackjack table. You just know you're going to get hammered at some point. So I don't even get mad about
Steamrolled,
it. Just,
yeah.
Here we go. But, yeah,
What about St. Andrews? That would be cool to play all the time, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know. The weather wouldn't be as great.
Maybe because it's
probably.
different. I don't play that much golf that style, but
Yeah,
What would you pick? Augusta?
probably.
Yeah, me
Probably.
too.
If I could play golf year round and if weather wasn't the thing, yeah, it would definitely be Augusta. But if I had to pick it to where I wanted to play,
Did you apply for that
Yeah.
position?
no, that's it.
Head landscaper or something
Yeah,
like that? A
no.
horticulturist?
Nope, no.
it didn't sound like they had much control, though. It sounded like they were going to be told everything to do.
Really?
No, you get to help out with future beds, future plantings.
We need more pine needles over there.
Yeah, yeah. You're supposed to be at 4 3/4 inches of pine needles. This is at 4 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
You're slacking.
Got to paint the curbs.
Not enough. Not enough in the United States there on the entrance. You got to put some more.
Yeah.
Marigold. or
Yeah,
whatever
these
those
marigolds need more miracle grow.
I don't know. I probably would. Augusta would be good out of that list.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But then this week the pros are playing. They brought back the AT&T Pebble Beach with the fans and the amateurs this week, so that's kind of exciting. It's going to be played over 3 golf courses. Always, Bill Murray's always good for a laugh, or Ray Romano usually is pretty good for a laugh, or Kevin James. I've a couple years.
But was
Just breaking news, just so you know, the tournament just started. You can see it in the background. We had a couple late withdrawals. Daniel Berger, defending champion, had a withdrawal, and so did Will Zalatoris. Did you get to him? Did you hit him with a pipe or something?
they were cones?
Zalatoris was COVID positive.
Wasn't?
Fake news.
Did
Announced
Ray
that
Romano though
yesterday.
get back in? Because
Ray
I don't
Romano.
think he made the cut last. I don't.
Well, nobody played in it last year. It was just the pros.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought there
Um,
was.
And that was last year when that was going on. That was kind of like when Jordan Spieth was trying to get back to the winner's circle, and it was like week after week he was there. I remember
He played solid last year. He
yeah,
hit
because
some great
Phoenix
shots.
was before, wasn't it? And then it was,
You think
it
he
was
even
Pebble. He was in the last group. He had to lead, and
he even
Berger just-
hold out on backside? I thought.
I want to say
14
Berger
maybe?
eagled 2 and 18 that day in the final round. He was just insane.
So Berger, no reason for his WD
Not that I know of. I just saw it before we.
back injury.
He's
Doesn't
always-
he have back problems
No, he's
or
always
wrist?
had wrist issues. I thought.
I don't know.
What do you think of his
Might be-
game?
Our whole
Berger?
show is based on speculation.
I know.
No pure facts of anything.
Well, we don't have a facts
Oh,
guy, you know.
well, yeah.
We
I
need,
mean,
we need
I
a
say
facts guy over here. Just
I mean, I say Luke List lives in Augusta, and it's like, does he?
Yeah.
Then it just draws
it's
questions.
even
whether
better.
it's
You'd think
true
it
or
would
not.
draw fans in that we don't know shit. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
You'd think they put it into the donation jar to put me on the road so I can get on the ground and do all
Yeah.
this fact checking.
Exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, so they're gonna play it over 3 courses. All of them look pretty awesome. Ultimate guys trip, right? You know the old bucket list. You could do a golf trip out here and play these courses.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty great. Salty, but Bonner's played out there. He loves it.
Reese, no, Reese just visited out there. I don't think
We
he
got a
played.
member that's going out there to watch for a couple days.
Really
Yuki guy.
nice. So they have what's in the rotation this year? It's Pebble Beach, right? Obviously they'll play that the last day as well. Then they have Spyglass, and they
Monterey.
have Monterey. Correct.
Is Spyglass typically in the rotation or no?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
usually the better the courses.
I think
always hear.
Monterey is the one that's kind of returned. It took over for Poppy Hills, maybe.
Yeah, I
Few
think
years
you're
back,
right.
Handful of years back.
The only way
Everybody always says Spyglass is the gem out there.
the only
They
one,
say it's better than Pebble.
Yeah.
Views and everything.
Yeah.
the only way I remember any of these courses, Tiger Woods PGA Tour games.
Yes.
That's the only way I remember any of these
You
courses.
got to hit the
yeah.
shit out of that
Oh
controller.
yeah, spin.
LB.
No wonder where you learned all that spin.
Oh yeah.
Still spinning it too much.
Wow. All right. Going right for the jugular, Michael. So going into this week, who do you guys like to win the tournament?
I like J Day. I think he had a good week last week. Didn't finish the way he wanted.
I don't know if I'd call it a. I mean,
He
he
didn't
played
finish.
better than he has in
He
a
didn't
while.
finish well, and he says he's on the up and up. So
He holed out on that one, and then the rest of the holes, he looked like hot garbage.
Really?
He couldn't get the ball to the green.
I don't know. I would take his game over mine any day.
Well, I would do that in a second, but
Do you do you think his violent swing? Because he's never really been able to throttle back. Really, like I don't remember him ever hitting like the 3/4 9 iron, and
Yeah.
it's all
hurts
over
his
the bag.
back.
So it always looks pretty violent. So I always wonder how he's going to hold up over time, more so than
Well, if you think about Brandel Chambly's theory,
oh god.
I'm pretty sure that Day is that
hold on. If you're
left
gonna-
foot on the ground swing guy, not lifting it, and that's what causes the back issues for these violent swingers without lifting that leg on the takeaway.
I think if you're gonna like quote Brandel Chambly, you got to use the big obnoxious words that nobody really understands.
If we're going to quote Brandel Chambly, we have to pull up his wife's Twitter and put it on the screen.
Why?
She's like half his age, and
Yeah, well, she was on TV and now she can't be on Golf Channel anymore because of him. That's what he married.
that's a good corporate policy.
That's a tall.
I think I watched Jason Day play the first hole this morning, and he had.
And that's why you picked him? One swing?
Pretty much.
Cheater.
He had a couple. His drives, his tee-ball swing, and then his fairway shot. They were nice and smooth, controlled.
That's good. Now
Not
hopefully-
that he's always been a guy that was
110 miles an hour.
couldn't take anything off of it.
Like what he just said, yeah.
Yeah.
When you were looking at your
Thank
phone.
you. Exactly.
Sorry, I'm trying to
Appreciate
share
Delayed-
contacts. with him
Delayed
so
satellite.
he can set up golf.
Delayed
rounds.
satellite
you.
in here.
It's a slow feed.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's cold
He's
outside.
yeah, you're right though, guys. Day has always been that guy. He's got 290 on a par 5. He's ripping the dick off of a 3-wood to get it there.
And he-
Always. And he
Yeah.
does. But that you're right, is violent on the back.
I mean, one thing that we forgot, I guess, about last week's tournament is will Bryson's body hold up?
He had to pull out, right? Back two.
Well, breaking news. He just got offered $132 million. He got offered
For the other tour?
for the Saudi Arabian thing. He got offered more than Tiger Woods' career earnings in golf to sign on. It was $132 million. It was alleged this morning. I was reading.
How deep are these coffers that these guys got to?
Pretty deep. You ever see the price of gas lately? Right?
These damn pharaohs.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And here I thought it had to do with the current administration.
We just need to watch what we say. We don't want to get kicked off like Joe. Joe Rogan. We're gonna watch. Okay?
I don't think we have to worry about that for a
Our
while.
followers are limited to 25 people.
Rocking in a free world.
Yep.
But take him off.
That's a big number, 132 million.
That is large.
Do you?
I'll take 32 million. He can have the 100. Everybody wins.
I'd take 3.2 and he can have the rest.
What's he do?
What's that?
If that's something like that's true, what do you do?
I don't know if he's the right person to go after because I think he, growing up as an amateur, I just remember he always talked about the history of golf. He, like, even when he went to SMU, he wasn't really familiar with, like, Payne Stewart and the Knickers and all that, but then he took on the Hogan hat, and then his love for the golf, you saw it when he was going for the amateur. He ended up winning right down the street at Olympia Field. So I think he's more of a historian golf. Like, I'm not a fan of him, although I would be his caddy, and I would be a really good caddy for him, but I think he respects the love of the game part of it too much. I don't think he would do it. What do you think about like an Ian Poulter?
I don't know,
supposedly
'cause-
22 million.
Because Bryson, you think back a couple of years ago, he went through that real bad period mentally where he was like almost done with the game.
Yeah, but that's when he went.
That's when he went.
and
Yeah,
beefed up, I know, but still,
But
like,
I think this whole injury thing, I think with his back and stuff, I think it'll have a little change on his tune a little bit, to be honest with you.
I mean, I can't really fault anybody. That's like multiple generational wealth.
that's
Right.
a,
You're
that's a
trading-
that's a game changer.
That's a
Yeah.
that's
That's
a
a game changer.
life generational wealth for everybody. I mean,
You would have to really try hard to get rid of that money.
Yeah, I mean that would be insane.
but that Saudi thing, it doesn't take off without having a name.
But
Sure
is he
it
the
does.
name? I don't think
Sure
he's
it
the.
does.
You can't go offer.
Sure it does. People are going to want to watch these guys. Think about this. I think they're going about this wrong. They shouldn't go for those names. They should go for, like, I was just Dylan Fratelli. Remember when he was coming on the tour and he was going to be a big name? He shit the bed and missed the cut again last week.
Is he the
You
one that
mentioned
wears the sleeves?
those
as well
guys.
at the John Deere.
Those guys playing for $10 million to the winner and watching them shank shit. You're not going to want to watch that more? You think
No.
about it.
Is he the guy
The
that wears
talk-
the sleeves and the glasses?
Yeah.
The talk the last couple of weeks is about the golf is too easy for the top tier. You got to think like, they say only 1% of golfers break 80, right? Think about that though on tour. Only really what? What do you really think? A logistic chance to win every week? Maybe 15% of the guys every week?
That's probably a high number, isn't
And
it?
most of them are, and then the other guys, I don't blame them. They're like the Kevin Kistner. They pay a lot for second place.
Correct.
And they're out there to make the cut and
Make-
get the money and get the endorsements. I
Yeah.
get all that. So those are the guys they should be targeting.
I still think the
What about like a Colin Morikawa? Because he's playing a lot more over in Europe. Would he jump ship?
I don't know. He's someone to me that I think is after milestones in golf and the PGA Tour. He's more of a Chase Tiger Woods kind of guy to me than Bryson is.
I think Bryson does it for a couple more years, and if he's still behind Brooksy at 4, he knows he's not going to be around that 7 to 9 range. I think then you might see him
You
go
go
and do
you go
something.
back to him and say, "Hey, give me 32
I'll
million."
take
and
100.
Yeah.
I just saved the
Is
32
I don't
million.
think so. That's the first offer that they've made to.
This
to
is
Bryson.
allegedly. It was
Allegedly.
just yeah.
I don't think he's the guy to carry it on that level. I just don't. But
I just want to see a couple of them go and actually see, like, okay, Phil Mickelson. He kind of talked about it at the press conference this week where he's at, and he was talking about this is good because it's competition and the PGA is just a bunch of money whores, right?
yeah,
What if he were to jump ship this year? Let's just say he does it. Takes 60, 80 million from these guys and goes to that tour, and the PGA is like, no, we told you can't be doing this. You can't be going to this tour. They're not going to let Phil Mickelson, the reigning PGA champion, play in May. That is something I could see happen in the next couple of months. Just Phil being Phil and be like, you know what?
they kind of
screw
backed.
you and screw the USGA.
They backed off their original thing with the tournament. Is it
The
this
Saudi
week
Arabia
or
thing, yeah.
next week?
It's this
Abu
week.
Dhabi. or
It's
whatever.
this week where you have to play in 2 tournaments.
Yeah. So originally though they said no, you're not. If you guys are gonna go, you're whatever. And then they totally backed off that and
Mhm.
was like, all right, send it in, we'll approve it. And then they came out with the 2 tournament thing.
But think about Phil. I don't want to go to the PGA Champions Tour. What's the point? I'm going to do a 3-year bid over here, take the 80 million up front.
Yeah.
I just don't.
And
What if they come back and say we're revoking your Hall of Fame then? If that's something like that, I don't know.
How are they going to revoke it? He's
I don't-
already.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm just
just-
saying though. Like as a
you're just
fan, I
saying.
wouldn't care. I'm not saying you're saying.
You're saying, but
As a fan, would you care or would you know in your heart he's in the Hall of Fame?
I know,
They
but
can't take him out.
I mean, it's like Barry Bonds.
Well, he never got in though.
You know, hear
And
the.
don't even get me going about Pete Rose.
Do you hear what they're telling Barry to do?
Yeah, sign a one-day
Sign
contract,
a one-day
restart
contract
the
and
calendar.
restart the. I think
I
that'd
think
be
they all should.
hilarious.
I think it'd be great. I think Roger Clemens should do it too.
Yeah.
That's how that process works. Huh?
Yeah.
Unreal.
I would do that in a second.
Uh huh.
Who do you like this week?
Cantlay, I'm going to go with.
Wow.
And he only jumps out because I glanced to the
Because he's chalk.
leaderboard, and then I saw a stat, crazy stat on how many rounds or something he went without shooting in the 70s last year.
So we were talking about
It was crazy.
Will Zalatoris earlier about his putting, and here's why I don't think Patrick Cantlay will ever be like a multiple winning major.
forever.
His foot shuffle,
Forever.
back and forth, and he's moving them. He's just not lifting them up and down.
On the putting?
How can
Yes.
you be a consistent putter, and especially in crunch time, if you're doing that, right?
It's brutal to watch.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand that.
I'd rather watch that than Keegan Bradley with his pre-shot
Fairway?
routine and
The
dribbling and
flips.
flipping it, and
I don't know
going
how
back
he
and
doesn't hit the
forth,
ball.
and doing the fucking
Wow.
head bob, and
Real nice. All these people that have issues with like fidget spinners and that. That's his thing. That's his fidget spinner.
Yeah, I can't stand Patrick or the putting aspect of it. I like him. I think he's a good golfer,
I
but
don't like him either.
that putting routine, it just
I don't know why
gets on my nerves.
his ears get on my nerves. The way they stick around the he looks like a horse jockey, not a
Now we're
golfer.
getting specific.
Yeah. Oh man, unbelievable.
This one hair he's got just really bothers.
I'm gonna go a local boy. I'm going Maverick McNeely. He had a good year here last year, and I saw him kind of creeping up the leaderboard last week. So I kind of had him on my short list going into this week, and more so now. I think he'll do good. I think this. I think the fans and all that too, because last year he did good, but there were no fans. I think him having his friends and family out there will kind of spur him along. So I think he'll have a good finish. Going back real quick, do you guys know the story behind Jason Day about his like upbringing and any of that? You ever heard any of that?
yeah,
I've heard the story, but you'd have to remind me.
they
of what
highlighted
is.
it. I forget what tournament it was last year, 2 years ago.
There's a YouTube thing you can look up like Jason Day, and there's like an 11, 15-minute video about it. I highly recommend it. It is really interesting. He loses his dad at a young age, and he kind of becomes a boozer, drugs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the mom pulls like his sisters out of school to put him in this like golf academy school to get him going, and it's just really cool his story and how he rebounded and how he met the right pro, and the pro became like a father figure to him at the right time. So
What was his name? Swatford or something?
I don't remember. it now.
Swahili.
His caddy, right? And then he got rid of him.
I was way off.
Yeah, he ended up being his caddy. Yep.
Yeah.
So
So also going back, prior to the 72 that Cantlay shot on January 23rd, he had 21 consecutive rounds in the 60s.
I'd like that.
last year I had
Sign me up.
42 consecutive rounds in the 80s
How many times you play last year?
and 30.
Even better. We got him when we were 40.
That's funny. I guess one thing that we're kind of missing, what the tournament or overseas that happened was
Following.
Rory. Was Rory's meltdown again?
Yeah, 3-wood, way right, way
In
wet.
the water?
Oh yeah,
Splish, splash.
and he was tied for the lead. All he had to do was par and go into the playoff.
Yeah, and it was a par five.
Yeah, so why not lay up and lean on your wedge game? No.
Yeah.
His wedge game's terrible. Probably better with that 3-wood than he has the wedges.
So you're not taking him in the Masters to complete the career Grand Slam?
No.
No.
Rory's wedge game's kind of like mine.
129 is awful.
Hit a
What I've-
bomb and then hit a little
Just fucking
fatty.
smoke it over or leave it fat.
Little
What
blader.
I've learned about talking golf with Michael Hanger is this:
He knows nothing.
go to your bookie right now and bet the house on Rory for this week. He's gonna have a great week. top 10 it,
that
top
is
10 it, top
accurate.
5 it.
Him or Ricky.
It's like the TikTok I just saw yesterday of the some TikTok Tim or something that bets in the last 11
TikTok Tim, wow.
bets he's placed have been wrong, or Super Bowl bets or something. So this guy was like mortgaging the house and everything to go put money on the the Bengals this weekend or next weekend.
I love TikTok Tim.
I think it was something like that.
Puxatony
funny.
Phil. Woodstock Willie.
more weeks.
Every town had that. Yeah, if you believe that. The guy up in Woodstock, Illinois, Woodstock Willie didn't see it, so they say early spring. I'm so confused.
My almanac says otherwise.
Oh yeah, what does your almanac say?
Early spring.
Yep, I've been saying it. This mild, we're gonna have a very nice spring. We're gonna be golfing outside.
So this is the last of the
This is the only
powder,
one.
and we're-
This is it. A
This-
little bit this week,
The,
and then that's it.
the ground is actually pretty
Very
warm,
warm.
still.
Very warm.
That's why it's all wet underneath.
Well, that and it rained for like 7 hours.
Come
Yeah.
on now. Come on now.
been cool if that would have been snow as well.
So I ended up going for that wedge fitting we talked about the
baby.
last episode, and
Fill us in.
it was a good time. I went over.
What was this facility again?
Cantini.
Yep.
So I think some people say Cantigny,
No, I don't. say
but
that.
pretty cool facility. They have 27 holes there. I'd like to get out there this summer and check it out. I've never been there. Then they have a whole like learning and teaching facility with. You could do the garage door, slide the garage door up on a cold day and have the heater blowing, hit balls outside. You could hit them on simulators, indoor putting arena. So pretty cool setup, and I went through the whole thing. We're actually going to get him on. The club fitter there, his name is Paul Taylor. I played high school golf with him. Joel, you're gonna want to meet this guy. Big Mizuno guy.
Oh,
big,
nice.
Great,
big.
love it.
He had every single Mizuno head I could ever imagine.
Nice.
Ready to be fitted. So when you're good to go, I actually
Did you go
almost
T22?
Almost got Mizuno wedges?
I almost switched over to a Mizuno wedge, but when I put it down, it looked so
Waffly?
small.
Oh, I love the
It-
small.
yeah, that's
I don't
what
like
she
the
said.
waffle.
And and it just so anyway,
Getting off the ropes here.
I went with he recommended that I was hitting the Cleveland zip cores, so I got those coming.
And we need to
Direct
know
shipping.
degrees. What's this?
Degrees,
What's
setup?
Yeah, so it's gonna be.
Loft. Why?
I was wrong. He was right. I'm going 58s.
Yeah.
I'm going with a 58. He talked me out of the 60. No bounce.
okay?
So that thing can just open right up. So I love that. And then
It's a nice little thump.
54, 50.
50 will be your favorite
And
club in your bag.
The 54 and the 50 are going to be a very, very mild bounce.
Okay.
So yeah, and I went with the traditional one. They have another one where it's called high toe.
Oh, it goes all the way to the.
That thing, no, the toe's like exaggerated.
I don't
Really?
like that.
It looks like a frickin' tomahawk chop or a flying
Like an old
frying
Tommy
pan.
Tommy Armour iron back in the days. Oh,
Worse,
you know.
because the grooves are up there too. The grooves go all the way up on that toe, and I was like, no, I like it. I like my toe with no grooves, you know, in case I
I
got.
mean,
really
who's
hit
that
one.
designed for? The guy that's thinking
You.
about missing a ball or
You.
what?
'Cause
No.
I know you want 7 wedges. You know
No,
you'll buy
no.
one. I think
Interesting.
it's the high handicapper. It gets
The
a
guy
little
that's
extra,
gonna
yeah.
swing and potentially miss.
You know who buys the alien wedge late at night for 3 easy payments at $89.99?
Whatever one Aaron Oberholzer is promoting on the Golf Channel.
Yeah. So we'll see. Those, with everything else, it's going to take a couple weeks for
I'll
them to
be
get in.
interested to see
shaft?
how you like the 58.
I think I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I screwed up. I had too much bounce on my last one,
On their 60?
on my last 58.
Oh,
Oh, so you've had a 58.
Didn't like it, though. It was too much bounce.
Okay.
That's what we talked about, yep.
Green side, I cannot hit a 58 for some reason. It just like I don't know if it's in my head, but I blast everything over the green.
So what do you use?
60, but
Really?
it just that small difference.
So you have all these wedges, and you just use the 60 all the time around the green. You don't have any different types of shots with those clubs?
Yeah,
Like
but
going uphill,
thinking
maybe I
about
use the
bunker.
54 so it
no, I'm
runs out
thinking
a little
about
more.
bunker.
Okay.
Bunker green side or is always
Yeah.
60. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I still have an older 60 that I like. I could throw a new grip on and have that in the bag if I wanted to, but yeah.
Yeah.
you know, you probably got a grinder at the shop. You could probably just take in your
I do.
current 58 and just
I
ground
do.
ground it
Nah,
down.
it's got to match what I'm getting.
Would have been, homemade.
Well, now that I know these wedges in theory are going to last me 3 to 5 years, that's why I wanted to go for the fitting. And usually I was trading them out every year.
You know.
Yeah. So I don't have to do that anymore. But
50 will be your favorite club in the bag.
really,
It's a great club.
probably not. But okay,
It's a great club.
I'm going to give it hell.
It can go 130 or it can go 100.
Right?
Yeah. Where do you want to hit it? Little halvesy, little 3/4, go full.
Well, when I want to hit
Money.
it 130, that's when I hit it 100. When I want to hit it 100, that's when I hit it 130. That's the problem. That
You
is
and
the
Rory.
problem.
So it's good. What'd you learn from it? What did you learn anything? Take anything away from it besides being fitted for wedges, obviously?
Yeah, it was interesting to see my attack angle and spin rate compared to where the average golfer is. And you guys have played with me. I'm a little steep, they say. I'm definitely a digger, so
Aren't we all
it's something I want to work on compared to what these guys on TV do because,
shallowed out?
yeah, I have to figure that out. So, yeah.
Drop it in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, wow. I'm mentally screwed the rest of the season already, and we still got 20 inches of snow on the ground. But yeah, so it was cool to see all that. It was
What was your
Did you hit into a net
Attack
or did
angle.
you open up the garage door?
no, I was not opening up the garage door. The day we did it was like 4 degrees out.
attack angle
It was
on average or consistently?
like a 10.8.
That is
Yeah, it was anywhere from 10.4 to 10.8.
Get there. Get there.
Yeah,
Drop it in.
I'm gonna drop it in. Drop it in.
Might have
Drop
a
it
little,
hot.
That's what
might
she
have a
said.
little rotator cuff soreness after that. But you'll feel it.
Interesting. Pressing forward, we were talking earlier off air. You're on the hunt for a driver. What are your initial thoughts, and what's your plan to
Yeah. So discovered last Thursday at Net Par, and
Uh-oh.
was it Thursday? No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago now.
Didn't play
Shit,
last
forgot
week.
didn't play. That the club must have got damaged in transit back from Naples because out on the front of it, the toe like under the front has a dent and like a crack in the. So gonna have to swap it out. Keep the shaft hopefully because I like the shaft, and then just see what's out there. Been playing TaylorMade for a number of years now, so that'll probably be my first.
She's just gonna go buy
Foray.
a stealth head.
Go hit a couple of those just so I can unpackage it like I'm seeing all over TikTok of these guys unboxing it. And then maybe the old Pat McAfee trick where he's unboxing a nice. Did you see that clip?
No.
Oh yeah, from Aaron Rodgers.
He's pulling out a nice stealth out of a box, and then the next thing you know, he like picks it up, he's looking at it, and he throws it, and then grabs his Callaway bag and says, I'm a Callaway guy. So
It was from Aaron Rodgers.
what did that's
Those
who
are
sent it to him?
gifts,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then
then
it's
it-
custom Pat McAfee bag and all the Callaway swag.
That guy's
so-
everywhere now.
Oh yeah, huge.
And then later,
He was at the Royal Rumble.
Was he?
Was he
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, he's an announcer.
FanDuel pays him a bunch of money.
And then later, he did another one with Aaron Rodgers again, like kind of
Did he?
retracting and saying, "Oh, thank you so much,"
Ah.
like kind of over exaggerating it.
So I'll hit that. I've never been
Oh, you're gonna hit that, huh?
any success with
man.
Titleist drivers. Have never been a success for me. So Callaway a little bit.
If you don't want
We'll
straight,
see.
then don't hit Titleist.
I don't have the game for Titleist. So we'll start there. Maybe
Okay.
Mizuno. Who knows?
Now, how are you gonna attack this? You're gonna go to a local fitter. You're gonna go just hit some on your own.
I'll probably go to Joel's buddy in Fort Wayne,
Okay.
Touche Golf.
Okay.
So have him hook me up. Maybe tell me whether that shaft's good or whether there's something better to be playing.
I was just gonna ask you that. Maybe they're gonna tell you that that shaft doesn't match up with that club head.
I don't know. It seems to perform, so I don't know. Still smoking them that Thursday night at Net Party with a Dennet Club. Maybe I should just keep it. What's the rules on that?
Nowadays, I'm not sure it matters. I don't.
Couple of 293 carries. Come on. Boom.
What'd you guys do? Jack up the elevation or something on the old simulator?
No, just,
Yeah, I didn't check the wind. It could have
just
been down.
there was no
20
wind
miles.
that night.
No wind. You play with the wind on. Wow.
At the simulator?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, crank the conditions up.
That's crazy.
We even put a little fan blowing at us.
Wow.
Yeah, the fan.
simulate
The
the
fan
conditions.
goes whichever way the wind's going.
We're gonna bring a mister in when you guys go play a links course.
Yeah. Wear the rain gear.
All right. So driver, anything else in the bag you're looking at?
Nope, everything else is golden.
Solid. Nice. Good to hear.
Could always add another Bentonardi putter whenever you guys take me back up there, but
We got another release coming up on the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
they got to redo those things if they ever want me to participate and get something good because I forget. 10 o'clock, done and over with.
That's not the problem. I was on the ones. They had one during the PGA show, and for 2 different days at 10 a.m. I was on one, and everything was sold out by 10:01 and 10:04. So, I think they got some computer programmers in there hacking that stuff because that shit is is for sale online right away on the line.
On the line. I saw somebody on the Facebook Bentonardi group saying that they should do multiple in a day, like 6 different ones at
Stagger
different
it.
time slots. Yeah,
That could work too.
yeah.
I mean, their shit's selling out, so they're not wrong.
No problem. I mean, I got that Black Friday one, but they launched a ton of putters that day. So it was like, if you wanted one, you could get one. I just didn't get the 3 gold-plated ones.
I had this putter cover I wanted so bad in the shopping cart. Did everything, and when I got there,
Gone.
yeah, no inventory. And I was like, mother, why'd you let me put it in the cart? You didn't hold it for me?
Or you think you'd hold it for like
10 minutes?
2 minutes?
Maybe
Something.
their
5
their
minutes.
site's not sophisticated to give that booking 10 minutes.
I
you
know.
know.
I know.
Count it down.
Cameron's side, it does like 10 minutes. I think.
Who?
It should be like
We don't talk about that
exactly.
anymore.
it should be like holding, when you hold tickets. You got X amount
Yeah.
to get through Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
So,
Holding putter covers.
Joel, you got anything equipment-wise you're working on?
Monday, I got the official notice that I was. We were going to be in the Talus Park member guest tournament.
Big timer.
Oh,
One
yeah.
day.
Nice.
Took us
One
3
day.
teams that had to withdraw for us to get in, so and it happened. And I was
Suckers.
literally that afternoon going nuts on Golf Club Trader, J&M Golf, looking at irons, just trying to find something.
I don't think the irons are
Trying to find what?
a need.
Just anything. I'm so
Here's where it is
Hey, you know, I got a
putter.
couple
Work on a fucking putter.
couple sets of Mizunos that I like. Any of them could go in the bag. I've been playing those Titleist T200s. I'd like to get a set of Titleist T100s
4.
because all my guys play them on tour. So
Here's what we
so
need
there's
to.
no rhyme or reason. Wait, hold
well,
on.
if they like them,
How have your stats been doing?
This
if
is
they
this
like
is
them-
exactly what we
Like,
need to
how
get
are
down
you
to.
hitting the ball?
Where? Why? Let's talk
Proximity-
about
like, do you-
scoring.
Fine.
Do you keep stats at all?
I'm the world's greatest two putter.
Okay, so maybe you got to hit it a little bit closer.
Prox needs to be better.
Tour average
And-
guys is like 26 feet,
Okay, and what is your average in league?
probably about the same.
And okay then, so you're not making putts on a simulator.
He's-
Breaking news.
Exactly where we need to go. Let's focus on you fixing something in the bag that needs fixed and what's going to help you score better. It isn't the irons that are going to help you change anything. Most of the time, it's not the driver.
Wedges have gotten better.
Wedges
last-
have improved.
Last 6 months, 10 months.
Hey, it was one of my New Year's resolutions. Don't waste any time, and 150 and in, and that included the putting. You have
Yeah,
to just.
scoring.
The rest of it's just bullshit, honestly.
Yeah.
It really is.
Driver is pretty dialed in.
I
did-
know this is groundbreaking, earth-shattering news to anybody that is listening, but,
Yeah.
but like seriously, that's what are we doing?
Yeah.
I've wasted over 20 years playing this goddamn Forsaken game, and it's literally what I was told day one.
Yep.
That is the secret. The secret is to learn it before you're so freaking old you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
The thing that like irritates me the most about this time of year is one, I do like my season off. I like time off away from the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, gets you out of it. But now with this, you know, these simulators and stuff, and being able to go and play, I'm not a good. My TrackMan handicap will attest to it. I'm an 8 with my TrackMan handicap. Granted, that's on one full round of golf that I've played in there, but my spin numbers on the turf just seem to.
Well, they're going to be higher coming off
Yes,
AstroTurf.
and I just don't like it because my distances then are off. They're shorter, obviously. So, and I'm a high spin ball. All my setup on my clubs are to reduce spin, and going in there it just elevates.
Feels like you defeated the whole purpose of what you worked on all in-season
Yes.
stuff. Okay, I
So
can get that.
so that's a little frustrating for me in the simulator, and I putt like absolute dog shit in a simulator.
Well, most do.
So, something I've been.
Unless your name's Mike Bonner.
He's a pro. shot a 27 the other night, par 35.
What are you guys doing? 40-foot gimmies?
No,
Wait, who? Wait, no, not heavy.
no, he made every putt. Yeah. There goes that invite.
Yeah.
Joel, can you edit that out?
Luckily, he doesn't watch.
But I got one of those perfect putting mats. They were like the in vogue, you know, it present to have a couple years ago for
They're nice.
Christmas. So I got one this year. I was gonna do like a quick little product review on it for us, but time got away. But what I've been doing is 100 putts a day, and it's 12 at 2 foot, 12 at 4 foot, 12 at 6 foot, 12 at 8 foot.
Back's holding up okay with all that putting?
Take a break,
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say
He'd be sweating.
this
I'd be
is
sweating.
Tiger.
and then start it over again. 12 from the 2, 4, 6, and 8, and then your last 4 putts are from the 8 foot, and those are like, I need this putt to
I
birdie
think,
to shoot under
Here at
7 or something like
Augusta.
that. Sure, if you want to do that, or U.S. Open,
I think people.
and keep what I'm saying is keep the stats.
Yeah.
I think people.
You know what I mean?
Get
What are
that,
your percentages?
Get that device, that perfect putt thing. It's great, and it's all it is a mental thing to
Build up
invoke
repetition.
invoke confidence and repetition. Because they're straight putts, obviously, so it can be a little difficult to miss.
Yeah, but if you do
But
it,
it's just the mental side of it. I think is what that perfect putt thing is.
well, I think realistically you're not making over 20, 25 foot putts all day long on a real course. But if you could get your mark picked out
Exactly.
and hit it 6 feet on that line, 8 feet on that line, you're going to be a lot closer with the longer putts, no?
And I think
Yeah.
I think the other thing too, it obviously has the slashes every inch or whatever
Yeah.
on there. I think it's supposed to be invoking, okay, I'm taking it back this far on this short of a putt, this far on this length of a putt. which I think you could get better at. But that thing rolls like a 12. It's fast.
But then you have the pitch at the end, so
True.
it kind of, that's the only thing I don't like about it is so the ball returns. There's that, like, the last foot is almost like a straight ramp.
So you need to build a new product that's just elevated. So
They
you don't
had
have to
it
do
when I
that.
was a little kid, and then it was you plugged it into the wall, and then the spring.
Shot
came
Oh
out.
yeah.
You know, bam.
Man, that's $25.
You didn't want
That's
to catch that
expensive.
with bare feet.
Yeah,
This thing's $200.
right, exactly.
I think Pappy's onto something here though, Joel. Putting. You're always fidgeting around with putters too, which I understand on different greens or speeds, trying to different faces and stuff. But I think putting is, you could save a few strokes.
So what I started doing in my drill too a couple times is I started doing the old Jordan Spieth. I'm staring at the hole,
Oh, God.
and no.
Get some
Think
feel.
about this,
I'm teasing.
because I'm not looking now. Okay, did I stop it at 5 inches for this length of a putt? Oh my God, I got to try to manipulate my hands to do something, or
So you're
oh
doing
my
a
God, I took
feel.
it way outside, and now it's going to come inside. Now I take my practice swings. I look at the hole, and then I'm making sure I'm lined up, and then I'm just going to look back at that hole, and I'm not going to, how you usually look at the hole 2 times, maybe 3 times. Not looking back at that ball anymore. I'm pulling the trigger and going.
I
Most
did
guys,
that.
I usually just step up there. And
And
hit
when
it,
you when you feel some bleeping weird shit when you're not looking at your hands anymore, it's weird though. Your body like gets the ball back online somehow and gets it in the hole.
I always felt like that method, I would always cut them.
Leave it open?
Cut them or leave them open. Because you're standing there and it just, I don't know. I could never get the feel right. I think shorter putts, it's a good method for sure.
That's what I like. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Longer putts. I wouldn't be using it for anything ridiculously long.
What kind of stats do you keep in round, like, or when you're done with the round?
Haven't
When
really
you
done it the
go
last
back?
couple of years, but that's going to be one of the things I kind of keep an eye on. I probably should be looking at. Maybe I do need to hit more fairways because it's a little bit frickin' easier rather than trying to get that extra 15 yards when I'm already not a long hitter.
That's where I think my game has gone to, is not so much worried about the long ball. Just, I feel like I've regressed on a little bit of distance the last year or two, but I've gotten more in the fairway.
I think
don't know
where I
why.
could make up more shots in my game is actually like, what's it called? Thinking.
Yes.
Course management.
Yeah.
We've talked about that many a times, where you just literally hit a shot or get up on a shot and you stop thinking. I mean, it's like, I didn't even think about that shot. I don't even know why I just hit that.
Right.
It's the lazy swing for me, and I think I talked about it on our first episode of this season. It's the lazy swing that cost me like 3 or 4 shots around. It's not necessarily thinking. I kind of know what I want to do, but I don't give that shot enough attention, over the golf ball, and I'll just kind of, when I need everything out of this 6-iron, and I just like half-ass swing it and hit it heavy,
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
you're fucked.
So I think maybe we're all trying to say is like, for the 30 to 40 seconds when that shot's going on, is being more present in that rather than
Yep.
There was a method I used
ooh
when
stogies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When we
Beer
had-
cart.
When we had our Naples trip, I invoked that Tiger Woods method of what he was telling Charlie in the PNC, and that was, the next shot is more important than breathing. So just kind of almost trying to dial in on that focus on the shot. It worked okay. I was pleased with it, but yeah, if you can focus on each shot and just give it its attention, I agree. I think you'll score maybe 1 to 3 strokes better around. Just thinking. We all get up there and we don't want to be a slow player, so we just kind of get up there and go, which is good and bad sometimes. And sometimes you start thinking a little more and you start playing a little worse. Kind of work in tandem.
Analyze leads to paralyze.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I like playing fast. I think if I think less, I usually play better. But I think you can.
You can overthink a shot, but you can still be present in that shot to play better golf.
I do keep
Right.
I do keep stats. I used to be better at it when I was in college. I could rifle off. I think we might have talked about this last season. I could rifle off almost every shot from every single round. Remember it. Write the stats down. I can't remember shit nowadays.
I don't know
Yeah.
why, but the last 2 years I've been really bad at that too. After a round, not being able to go back and be like, well, how many putts did I have there?
And I don't know if I think it might go back to that not thinking. You're not fully fully engaged.
Yeah.
And, I sometimes get ADHD out on the golf course and just, look, birds.
Right.
So, but I can tell you my average putts are like probably 30, 31 around. What's
I
interesting.
bet it's 33.
No, because I keep putting. What's interesting is the rounds that I don't hit greens are those rounds while I'll be in the 20s, because I'm getting up and down typically pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
The rounds where I hit greens, that stat obviously goes up because I'm two putting everything.
Right.
So
With a couple threes, couple
Yeah.
three whackers.
no, not typically.
I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking jabs, I guess.
Man.
But yeah, those are just.
Sounds like you need to hit more greens.
I'm hitting more greens. I'm
Closer.
hitting more
Not
greens.
enough, and get your procs better.
So work on your irons.
Jeez, here we go.
Work on your irons. Report back to us next week.
Or I think you do in my assessment, putting wise, the cleanup putts that are, I would say, inside 5 feet,
I don't miss normally.
usually do a pretty good job. You probably make more than most in the 10 to 15 foot range, probably that 5 to 10 foot range where you could potentially make some more putts. Shave a couple
I
strokes.
just gotta have true greens.
Man. Talk about a shot below the belt.
Oh shoot!
All right. What
So you're working on 125 and in.
yeah. Maybe 150. That little 9-iron and in we should be pretty bad. We should be better at that.
We don't play enough lengthy golf courses or competitive golf to where we're going to get into yardage issues. You know what I mean? Where we got to get it out there, we got to hit it further. That's just not the case.
Right.
So even hitting a drive, some of these guys as they get a little bit older, they'll talk about, well, I can't hit it out there anymore. They're playing golf with somebody that can bomb it, and it's like they start over swinging and different things, and it's like your 220 or your 200 carry that ends up 220 or 240, is perfect. The course is not long enough. You're not going to get in trouble. They hit it up there, chip it around, and
Right.
walk away with a par or bogey.
Again, if your wedges are tighter, you don't need to be on par 5s and 2.
Correct.
Bringing in all that other trouble.
Yep.
Get to hit to your yardage and then get it on the green and take your chance.
Yep.
15
And I
foot
probably
putts all day.
am the worst par 5 scorer on the planet.
Really.
Oh, I always fuck them up. Laying up or not laying up, it's
It's
just
because you think this game is about testosterone.
no.
So
It's because I have a 3-wood in my bag, and
nice.
it's a terrible mistake.
So what do you guys got on the agenda on the calendar for the upcoming week?
Real job,
Real
Yeah.
job. Okay.
Yeah.
pretty much it. Got to try to get my driver thing scheduled.
Nice. Nice. We're hoping next week to.
What do you got scheduled? Aren't you
hopefully-
going out of town?
Yeah, not for a while.
Mm.
Next week we hopefully we'll have the fitter on, Paul Taylor, the Master Club fitter from Cantini, and he can talk a little Mizuno to Joel, maybe get him going on the new irons and the new stuff coming out this year. Also in the hopper is we're going to talk to a local guy that's come up with a swing speed training
that'd
device.
be good.
He just got top 4 new things on the market at the PGA show, so we're going to do some research about that and have him on in the next couple episodes. That'll be pretty fun.
We might have to do some, make some room for a demo.
Oh, yeah. Right there by that light, Mike. Go give it hell.
We got the room for a full swing in this setup.
But I'm excited this week, especially. It's the start of the Winter Olympics. You guys big Winter Olympic fans?
Curling.
Curling,
Yeah, I was watching it last night.
pretty jacked up for it.
Yeah, it was mixed couples. I didn't really care for that, but I still watched it. Yeah, I love curling. I don't know what it is. Big
It is.
curling fan.
It is cool.
I like the luge. I like the skeleton when they go down face first down that ice shit. I mean, boom.
I usually don't watch too much of it.
You don't watch the Winter Olympics?
Usually
Not
skiing,
much.
Usually skiing and
Skiing's great.
curling. That's about it.
I don't watch a whole lot of TV,
Wow.
golf included.
I don't know. You played it off good today.
You're a tremendous slouch.
Exactly. So, all All right, guys. Well, we'll wrap this one up, and we'll see you there next time on episode 3.
See you
Take
later.
care.
See you later.